Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin, and that's Ashley Quammen.
Hello.
We're talking today with actress Michelle Tomlinson. If you have any questions for Michelle, make sure you give us a call at 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225. And if you have any questions about shoes, you can definitely let Michelle know too. We're talking shoes here during the break.
We had a whole conversation about shoes,
including stilettos and sneakers and flip-flops. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So my connection to Michelle is that Michelle, by circumstance, filmed a movie at my house. And the movie is called Officer Down, by the way. It stars Rachel Allig, who's incredible as well. And
directed by the amazing Richard Bakewell. We just have to say that much too. He's amazing.
I like Richard. He's a good guy.
He's cool.
Definitely. And I'm sitting and I'm watching your scene, you know, and we all kind of had to be real quiet and watching your scene, and it was just. It was the acting equivalent of Superman going backwards around the Earth to turn back time. It was just
wow.
Ridiculously good performance, and I remember how emotionally drained you kind of were, and afterwards, and how quiet everybody was after the director yelled cut.
What was the scene?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about filming that scene.
It was so hard. God, for the actual audition itself, I spent 15 hours breaking down the scene, like second to second to second to second, because she's an abused character and also very manipulative, but the abused part was going to be really easy just to play it as one note of just the abused girl, and so I was really focused on trying not to just do this one note thing with this character, because there were so many more layers. So I spent 15 hours breaking it down for the audition. The audition was amazing. It was Richard and I met, and we had I think like an hour-long conversation before I even did the scene. And I was thinking during this conversation, I was like, this guy is awesome. He feels like such a solid human being. He totally knows the industry. I mean, I'm dealing with somebody who's got it going on with the industry and what he's doing and his vision and everything else. I was thinking, please, God, let me book this. Did the scene, went really well, obviously, and then I did a callback with Stefan Prater via Skype, because he was in Chicago, and that went really well. I wound up booking it, and she's an abused girl who is in this cycle of consistently calling the cops. We all hear about this type of person where it's like, I broke my nail, I'm going to call the cops, because by law, if you call 911, somebody absolutely has to show up. There's no other way. Like, they have to. Mm-hmm. She's a lonely girl stuck in an abusive relationship. Her man knocks the snot out of her all the time, and she uses that as a manipulation to consistently get this same cop back. It's kind of getting to know when he's always going to be on duty, and then needles her man until they have an explosive moment. Then she calls the cops with bruised and la-da-la on her face, and always lets her boyfriend get away before she even calls the cops, because it's about having the attention of the cop coming over. And there's like this intense vulnerability that she has to have interwoven in with manipulating the cop into, they wind up making out at the end of the scene, you know. It's just, she's got to like get her digs in him big time to where he'll let her make out with him at the end of the scene. And it's the feel sorry for me, and it's
wow.
It was so hard. It was so incredibly hard, and it was awesome, and it was fun. And I think the more challenging the role is, the more fun it actually winds up being.
That's an intense character.
Yeah, it was awesome.
When is that coming out? It's in post-production right now. Do they know when it's coming out yet?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know that I think he has a rough cut done of the film itself.
And what's the name so we can look out for it?
Officer Down.
Officer Down.
It's on IMDb. You can find it on IMDb right now.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see how that scene came out.
I'm dying to see how the rest of the movie came out.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I want to see the entire thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're incredibly experienced. I mean, you've worked on all kinds of film. I got a chance to watch The Seer, the film that you worked on. That was really cool. Can you tell our audience a little bit about that?
The Seer was an awesome experience as well, and it was directed by a really fantastic woman, Linda Anderson, and it stars a really amazingly talented actress named Deborah Stewart. And it started out as possibly let's do this as a short film, and then we think this might be a pilot, and then it turned into a web series. So it kind of went through a gamut of what it was going to be, which is fine. And I played a cop in that one, so I got to be the cop. And my girlfriend was played by Deborah Stewart, Gwen Marcus, and she had psychic abilities to be able to see, like if she touched something physical that the victim had on their person at some point, then she'd be able to kind of tap into the victim's mind and see part of the crime being done and know who did it. And it was fateful because my best friend Landell Goolsby actually also booked the part of Jeremy Raines, who was the culprit in this particular webisode, is the culprit of the bad guy of doing this.
He's creepy.
Oh, he's great. And if you saw the rest of his work, you'd be like, I can't believe that's the same dude that played Jeremy Raines. He is amazing.
Awesome.
Amazingly talented actor. And so, yeah, that was the premise of the web series. And I think there was a spinoff in doing it as a comic book or something. I don't know. I ended up losing touch, unfortunately, but it was a really incredible experience. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, check it out on IMDb or on YouTube.
On YouTube, yes. It has several hits, I think, on there now. It was like, wow, right on.
Good stuff. And you also produced something called The Missing Adventures of McTNA?
Yes.
It's kind of a spoof on Twilight?
We did have a Twilight spoof. That was hysterical. It was a 7-page script, and we literally finished shooting in 7 hours. It was incredible. And I cast all the right people to play the Edward, the Jacob, and the Bella, and my producing partner, Kimberly Amato, and I just had a blast putting that together and shooting it. It was ridiculous. And I do love Twilight because I am 12.
Well,
but it was still easy to do
all
it.
12 inside when it comes to Twilight.
Totally.
guys, call in with your questions for actress Michelle Tomlinson at 1-800-336-2225. You can find her at michelletomlinson.com, and we'll be back on La La Land today with Brett and Ashley Quammen on CRN Digital Talk.